everyone, so here we are at part number 2 of the Amanzi throw, and I hope you managed through part number 1, and you'll see that I didn't even attempt to try and describe how to do the flowers. I tried so many times, and so at some point I might actually add the written instructions for these little flowers, because I just found it difficult to describe, in such a way that would have made it understandable. And I think on YouTube there is a video tutorial. I remember way back watching it. I think it was in Spanish, possibly, about how to make these flowers into those double crochets. But I hope all of you are able to watch the video, because the video, that's the reason I have the videos, because my patterns are not, they're not really so conventional, some of the parts, and you really do need the videos. So, okay, and the other thing was that some people have complained about the size of the patterns, and they want to download them, but I understand that, but I'm very much kind of an internet girl. So I take it for granted that most people have a small tablet, or those large phones. I don't have one, but those iPhones and things like that, which makes it easy to kind of take with you if you want to follow the pattern. And also, because one of the reasons I do my work this way, and that I don't make finished pieces and sell them, is because it's environmentally friendly, in the sense that with making the pattern and doing the digital download, it means that people don't have to print out, because I know there are people who don't have big phones and tablets and all sorts of things, but when I look at the countries, the majority of people who download my patterns come from countries where those sort of things are, easily accessible. So, I cannot see myself at, in the near future, creating PDFs that are necessarily print friendly. I know I should, but it's kind of, as I was explaining to a friend, I said to her that in a sense each of the pieces is a bit like an artwork. So one wouldn't go and buy a painting from an art gallery and then complain because you can't fit it in your car. So that's kind of a little bit my what would be the word? I know I'm sounding very awkward. That would kind of be along the lines of my philosophy, is that the idea is that to create a beautiful pattern with lots of pictures and, very colorful and a good experience that you are able to access via your phones or your tablets or stuff like that. So I don't have to make the pictures, they don't have to lose quality and so on and so forth. So okay, I think I've over-explained my situation now. So I hope that you kind of understand a little bit more where I'm coming from, and also that you'll forgive me for not, going the sort of entirely print-friendly way. I do feel sorry for your color cartridges. I know they're expensive, and, all these. I just can't imagine myself doing, something different. I need to present, all the colors and the pictures and the whole thing. So anyway, so I'm going to just, I've been carrying on, of course, and this is the beginning of part number 2, and it's round number 1, and the color that I've used is sage, and obviously I'm going to carry on with the style craft. This is very much a stash buster, so I'm just going along with the colors that I've got. I'm not going out and buying any particular colors. I'm just using what I have. And the other thing is that I have not planned these designs in advance, so it's as much a mystery to me as it is to you, which I think is really 99.9% part of the fun of deciding to do this throw. You know, I'm really excited to see what's going to come of it, and well, I'm glad you can join me on this journey of, you know, yarny exploration. So, very easy round. So what you're going to do is you're going to start in a chain 2 corner space, the one that you did in your last round, or round number 11. Okay, so no, not round number 11, because that was round number 11. That was round number 10. So round number 9. That would be round number 9 of the first part, you know, 9. Yes, that would be 9, and then 10, 11. Okay, so round number 9 of that first part. And you're going to find any of the corners, the chain 2 corners, and you're going to start with either a standing double crochet or a chain 3, which is equal to 1 double crochet, and you're going to be working 3 double crochets together. So 3 double crochets together, and then you chain 1 to close and you add another chain. 3 double crochets together, chain 1 to close, chain 2 for your corner. 3 double crochets, chain 1 to close, extra chain 1. 3 double crochets, chain 1 to close, no extra chain 1. And then now what you're going to do is just follow kind of the pattern from round number 8, from part number 1. And you're going to be working 2 puffs, the yarn over times 3, okay, chain 1. So it's yarn over times 3 with a chain 1 to close, okay, and then another yarn over times 3 puff, okay. But then you're going to chain 1 to close and an extra chain 1. So you'll be working an extra chain 1 after your closing chain. And you need to just make sure that you're working them into the same, you know, above. So you're working between the half double crochet front post, but you're working in line with the 2 puffs that you did in round number 8 from part number 1, okay. So don't end up working into that space, which is also between 2 puffs, but you know, you need to be working them into those. So those 2 puffs, and then you're going to do 2 above, and then you're going to chain that extra 1. Okay, so make sure that you're working into those and not into the space in between them. Okay, like that. Can you see? Okay, so you're just going to carry on like that, and the stitch count for this, for all those puffs, is 70. I wrote them down. It's 70 puffs. Okay, so you're just going to count, you know, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68. No, that's not right. So, is it 68? Yes, I definitely cannot count in twos. It's definitely 70, okay? So it's 70 2 puffs. So, oh, that's a lot of puffs. You're going to hate me after this. But, you know, the thing is, the puffs and the popcorns and the bubbles and, you know, all of that creates the texture that I so love. And if you're wondering about my horrible hands, I was in a cat fight with my cat. She's so crazy, oh my gosh, and she wakes me up at night to play with me, and so I think I came off worse than she did. Okay, so 70 double puffs. Okay, so it's 140 puffs, and you know, one side, and you're just going to carry on like that. Okay, so working the 2 puffs into that. So, I'm waffling on this morning, aren't I? Okay, so I'm going to see you at the end of round number 1, part number 2. Okay, but before I see you at the end of that round, I'm just going to show you quickly, okay? So you're going to be working into that space between your half double crochets that you did over the puffs, okay? You know, I get very confused when I have to crochet and talk at the same time. That's why I keep on calling puffs popcorns and popcorns puffs. Okay, and then, you know, so it's easy to get confused and end up going in there, but you need to just follow, you know, so we're following that design through like that. 1, 2, 3, and yarn over times 3, chain 1, yarn over times 3, chain 1, chain another one. So you're going to do that extra chain in between. 2, 3, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, chain another one. So you're doing that extra chain. 1, 2, 3. So I did mention that this was Sage, right? Okay, from Starcraft. Excuse me. I don't know what the number is. Okay, like that. And then your last 2, so it's 70 double puff or 140 individual puffs. You are going to be puff experts after this. Okay, so you do that chain, that closing chain, but not an extra chain, okay? So you're not doing an extra chain, you're just skipping over all of that, and you're going straight into doing a 3 double crochets together. Chain 1 to close, chain 1. Again, 1, 2, oh, you see? I'm doing puffs. Okay, 1, 2, 3, chain 1 to close, chain 2. So that's your chain 2 corner space. Okay, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, chain 1 to close, extra chain 1, and 1, 2, 3, chain 1 to close. And you don't excuse me, and you don't need, you're not going to do an extra chain there, okay? You're just immediately going to launch. So you're skipping over your 2 half double crochets from round number 9, and you're going straight into, okay, so it's easy because you just choose, the marker is your 2 puffs from round number 8, right? Did I do an extra one there? No, I didn't have to. Okay, so that's your marker. So as long as you're kind of in line with the puffs from round number 8, then you're okay. So I like doing rounds like that because then you don't have to really, you know, count stitches and things. You're using all these nice big chunky bits as markers, and it's quite easy to, and I'm going to actually endeavour to try and do the rest of the throw that way, so that, you know, they're not too many tedious rounds, although making puffs can be very tedious, but there's something nice and rhythmic about it. You know, you don't have to really think. As long as you're going into the right space, you don't have to do too much. You can watch Netflix. Okay, so you're just going to carry on like that until you get to the end of this round, and then you're just going to slip stitch into the top of those 3 double crochets together, and that'll be the end of round 1, and I shall see you for the mystery round 2. Hi everyone, so we are at part 2, and this is round number 2. So we're going to start, and the color that I'm using is lime, so Stylecraft Special DK lime, and we're going to start with 2 chain front post over your first puff, like that. Okay, so you're not starting in the corner, we're going to be working behind this corner, and you're going to work 1 half double crochet front post over all of your puffs. So that will be 70 half double crochet front posts. Then you're going to chain 3, and you're going to work 2 half double crochets into that chain space between the 2 half double crochet corners from round number 9, and you're going to chain 3 again, and then you're going to pop right over and do a half double crochet front post over your first puff, and then continue all the way like that. Okay, and I'm just going to do this corner so you can see what I mean. Okay, so you've done, we'll just take that out, that last one, and you're going to work a half double crochet front post over your puff and chain 3 and work 2 double crochets into that chain space, okay, from round number 9 between those half double crochet corners, chain 3 and pop right over with your half double crochet front post over your puff, and you continue working your half double crochet front posts over your puffs like that, and the corners. Okay, so it's going to look like that. It's a good idea to use a nice sort of a brighter colour so that you've got that little piece popping out there as part of the design. Okay, when we do those corners. Okay, so that's the kind of the beginning and the end of round number 2, of part number 2, and I shall see you at the end of this round. And that's my Staffy. I better go and rescue him. See you soon at round number 3. Bye. I'm back. Excuse me, I had to go rescue my little Staffy. Oh, as I mentioned before, he's ancient. He's almost 100 years in human years, so he's blind, he's deaf, and sometimes he will stand in front of a door and bark at it and not really know what it is. Okay, so the stitch count, I think I said 70, but of course I'm talking about 70 popcorns. So you need to have 140 of those. Of course, all of these things are in the written pattern. So, you know, if I say something different, you just need to go and have a look on the pattern, and the correct stitch count 99.9% of the time is there. So I shall see you at the end of this round, and I did say I'd see you at the end of round number 3, but in fact, I mean at the beginning of round number 3, but in fact I do want to show you how to finish this off. So I shall see you at the end of round number 2, so see you there. Okay, so to end round number 2, you've done your 3 chains, 2 half double crochets, 3 chains, and then you're just going to do a slip stitch into those first chains, okay, and fasten off. Okay, so you're just doing a slip stitch. I meant to show you. I'll take it out. So, okay, 1, 2, that's 3, and you're doing slip stitch into the top of those first chains like that. Okay, pull that tight, and there you go. So that is end of round number 2 of part number 2. Okay, now round number 3, we're going to do something like that. Okay, we're going to be working in between the 2 half double crochet front posts with the chain 1, puff, chain 1. We're going to kind of be repeating this for a few more rounds, so that we can build up a plainer plainer border, still with a lot of nice texture, so that once we get to part number 3 we can start going heavy on the design again. Yippee! So I shall see you at round number 3. Good morning, fellow yarnies. So it's Monday morning, and in the couple of seconds from one round to the other, I've actually been away for the weekend. The magic of videos, isn't it? So if you hear all sorts of banging and drilling and all sorts of weird things going on in the background, it's because we have some home renovations going on next door. So but hopefully we'll be able to escape that. Okay, so we are on to round number 3 of part 2. So, as usual, I've been kind of going on ahead so you can see what I've been doing. We're going to be working fans. Okay, we're going to be working fans in the next round. So what you're going to do is start with a single crochet between your first 2 half double crochets. Okay, yarn over, and between your next 2 half double crochets you're going to work a 5 double crochet fan. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, like that. Okay, then you're going to work a single crochet between the next 2 half double crochets. So you're working between the half double crochets, but the half double crochets that are that you made over the puffs. Okay, so not those 2, but those 2. So we'll be working into those half double crochet front posts that you made over the puffs, and you'll be doing 5 double crochet fans and single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a single crochet. So that's nice and easy. Okay, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, and a single crochet to close like that. You're just going to work your way all the way along. I'll show you what I've done here. Okay, so I don't want to show you that part because that's already I often work rounds sort of in tandem, and so I had already started on round number 4. Okay, so you're just going to have these 5 double crochet fans running along here and your single crochets, and the stitch count would be 17, so you will work 17 5 double crochet fans, okay, into this round. So you're working into those half double crochet front posts and 18 single crochets. Okay, and then I'll show you what we do at the corners. So I shall meet you I shall meet you all the way down there. Okay, so we've got to the end of our side. So we've got 17 5 double crochet fans and 18 single crochets. Okay, so get all the way to the end of this row, and the row ends with a single crochet into the last between, okay, the last 2 half double crochets that you made over the puffs, okay, from round 2 and 3. So what we're going to do now is chain 2. Okay, I'm just going to do a single crochet into or should I say around around that chain 3, and then we're going to chain 2 like that. We're going to skip over those 2 half double crochets, and we're going to pop a single crochet over that chain 3, chain 2, and you're back to your single crochet between the first 2 half double crochet front posts of those puffs. Yarn over, and you're back to the fans. So that is a really easy round again. In fact, I am going to try and make it a point with this throw to make it not so fussy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to be avoiding those back stitches and all kinds of sort of what I call high maintenance work. So hopefully I'll be able to stick to my promise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so just carry on like that. That's your back, and it really feels like a Monday morning here. I'm trying to ease into the Monday morning after a really nice relaxing weekend. Okay, so oh yes, I thought I should mention, okay, so your corners are going to look like that. You're going to have that little piece sticking out there like so, and we'll be working into those corners in the next round. Okay, so I shall see you at the end of round number 3, and yes, so this is sorry, I'm very sort of really quite dozy this morning, trying to get back into counting and stitches and maths and all that sort of stuff. So anyhow, I will see you at the end of round number 3, and I'm going to go make myself a cup of coffee, and hopefully that will get my brain sparking a little bit more, you know, in the crochet mode. So in the crochet counting mode. Okay, so that's your corners, and see you just now. Okay, so you're at your corner sequence again. You've just done your so we are here at round number the end of round number 3. So you've done your last single crochet between those 2 half double crochet front posts. You're going to chain 2, 1 single crochet into the chain 3 space, chain 2, skip over your 2 half double crochets, 1 single crochet into your chain 3 or around your chain 3s, chain 2. Okay, and then I'm just going to slip stitch kind of into the back of that starting single crochet like that. And I've already snipped off my yarn. Okay, I'm just going to pull that. So kind of just pull that around like that. Well, it's just me. Okay. So, and then I do a little knot at the back just to make sure it doesn't come undone, like that. Okay, because we're not going to be using those single crochets, and we're going to be working over them in the next round. Okay, so that is the end of round number 3, and you should have 17 double crochet, 5 double crochet fans, and 18 single crochets, and you're only working in between the half double crochet front posts that you made over your puffs, and then your back is 2 chains, single crochet, 2 chains, single crochet, 2 chains, so 6 chain spaces there. Okay, very simple round. Okay, so I shall see you at the beginning of round number 4. Oh, I wasn't sure if I mentioned the colour. This colour here is camel. I suppose I should have mentioned that right at the beginning. I can't remember if I did. Okay, so this colour is camel, and obviously I'm carrying on with the Stylecraft and I shall see you at the beginning of round number 4. Okay, so we're on to round number 4, and if you hear all kinds of weird sounds in the background, as I mentioned before, we have workmen. And I think my patience is it must be pretty good, because I've had to sort of stop and start and stop and start and stop and start as they're banging and drilling and but anyway, and grinding and doing all sorts of noisy boy things. At least that's one thing about crochet, isn't it? It's not very overbearing. Okay, so round number 4, and the colour I'm using is Buttermilk, Starcraft Special DK, and we're going to start with a standing double crochet if you do your standing double crochet, or your 3 chains, which equals to 1 double crochet. And what we're going to work into that space between the 2 3 double crochets together from round number 1. I think that was number 1, yeah, 1, 2, 3, and we're on number 4. And we're going to kind of repeat a similar sort of thing, but of course we'll be adding because we're working in 2 spaces. Okay, so you just chain 1 to close and then do another one. So 1 double crochet 3 together, like that. Okay, chain 1 to close. 2, no, sorry, not 2 chains. Chain 1 to close. Okay, yarn over, and now we're going into our chain 2 corner space, like that. Chain 1 to close, chain 2, so we're creating another corner chain 2 space. Okay, like that. Right, and then yarn over. 1, 2, 3, so 3 double crochets together, chain 1 to close, 1, 2, 3, chain 1 to close, and then an extra chain 1. Okay, and now you're going to work double crochet front post, 2 double crochet front posts together, like that, chain 1. Okay, so you're basically working over that single crochet. Okay, you're not going to see that single crochet. So you've done your chain 1, and you're going to skip 2 double crochets. You're going to work a puff between double crochet number 2 and 3, and a puff between double crochet number 3 and 4. Okay, and it's the usual puffs, the ones I always do. Yarn over times 3, chain 1. Okay, then you're going to chain 1, and you're going to work a 2 double crochet front post together over those half double crochet front post, like that. Okay, and then you chain 1, you're going to skip 1, you're going to skip 2 double crochets, you're going to work puff, skip a double crochet, and work another yarn over times 3 puff, chain 1 to close, chain 1, yarn over, and double crochet, 2 double crochet front posts over the half double crochet front post together, chain 1. Okay, so it's going to look like that. yarn over, skip 2 double crochets. I think you should have the hang of it by now. Okay, don't forget those chain ones, otherwise it's going to pull a bit funny. And another one. Okay, chain 1 to close, chain 1. So you're doing a chain 1 before and after the 2 double crochets together over the half double crochet front post. Okay, double crochet front post. Okay, those 2 double crochet front posts together, chain 1, yarn over, and you just carry on like that. 2, 3, chain 1 to close, 1, 2, 3, chain 1 to close, chain 1. Okay, so that is your round number 4, and I shall see you at the end of this round and before we do the next corner. Then I can just sort of guide you through the next corner, and by then I think you should be fine. Okay, so I shall see you at the end of this row, so not the end of this round. Okie doke, so as promised, here I am at the end of this row. You can see, I hope you can see what's going on here. I've had to close the curtains because of course the light is just streaming in. It's such a beautiful day. Okay, so that's basically what it's going to look like. Right, so what I've done now is I've worked the last 2 double crochet front posts together. Okay, we're going to chain 1 and then you're back to your corner sequence, so that's 3 double crochets together, chain 1 to close, 3. Let's see, I'm so used to doing these puffs now. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you're into your chain 2 corner space. Okay, you're working the same. So chain 1 to close, and then chain 2, which is your new chain 2 corner, and then 1, 2, 3 double crochets together, chain 1 to close, 1, 2, 3, chain 1 to close, and another one. So you're working between those double crochet, 3 double crochets together. Okay, like that. So you'll have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. And then we're going to chain 1 and you're going to work 2 double crochet front posts over those half double crochet front posts, chain 1, skip 2, and you're back to doing your the same sequence as you did down the first side. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So yarn over times 3, chain 1, and okay, you're working over those half double crochet front posts, where you did your single crochet between them. Okay, chain 1. Okay, so I think you've got it now. I've shown you where and how. So I shall see you at round I shall see you at the end of this round, and then we'll be going on to round number 5. And here we are at the end of round number 4, and I've done my last double crochet, the two double crochet front posts together, and we're at our corner 3 double crochets. Okay, so I'm going to do that last bit for you. So I've done the puffs and a chain 1 and 1 double crochet front post, 1 double crochet front post, and together, and chain 1 and chain 1, and then you're going to just slip your, that's normally where I go, a little bit tight squeeze, but it does go in if you insist. Okay, sometimes there's that little hole right up at the top there. We are having a battle here. It does go in. Okay, did I go in? Oh dear. Oh well, you can have a good laugh watching me. There we go. You see, if you persevere, anything is possible. So, okay, so we're just going to slip stitch into the top like that, and snip off the yarn, and that's the end of round number 4. So I shall see you at round number 5. At least it's things have quietened down now, and the workmen have gone off for lunch. So I'll see if I can slip in some rounds. So that's basically, not basically, but that's what your round number 3 and 4 are going to look like together. Okay, so I hope you can see that in your corners. Okay, and your chain 2 space. Okay, so I shall see you at round number, my cat's been sleeping on here, and every now and again there's a whole shower of her hair. Okay, so I shall see you at round number 5 of part 2. Okey-doke, so we finished with round number 4, and now we're going into round number 5. Now, as per usual, I have zoomed ahead and taken some photographs for the pattern page. So I'm going to just turn this around and go back to where we finished. Okay, so that's kind of our where we finished off for, well, it wasn't exactly there because I started elsewhere, but this is our corner for round number 4. Okay, so now to start round number 5, you're going to work 5 double crochets. We're going to do a bit of repetition here, and the reason is because as you already know, Amanzi means water. So I'm trying to create a sense of abundance, and thinking about all the things in South Africa that we are water compromised on. And one of them was, of course, I think the summer before last, it began and got quite bad. We have a province in South Africa called the Free State, and that is our breadbasket. And of course, it's all the wheat and cornfields, which is a staple food in South Africa for millions of people. So I'm, the next couple of rounds that I'm going to be doing, or more than a couple of rounds, I'm going to be sort of going to have a nice fat border here in these golden wheaty colours, but you can use different colours. Obviously in your country you would know about water and where it's most needed. So you may have forests, you may live in Bavaria, and you might want to do everything in luscious greens, and or you may live in Denmark, for example, and where water is the ocean and fishing and so on and so forth. You may want to do this in blues, but I'm doing this in the wheat colours to represent our wheat fields and cornfields and so on. So if I turn this around, it's slipping off the table. Okay, so the pattern or the sequence here is you start off with a standing double crochet or 3 chains, as I have to represent 1 double crochet, and then you're going to do a 5 double crochet chain, okay, between the puffs, and then you're not going to do any joining chain ones or any closing chain ones. Not going to do any closing chain ones. You're just going to go straight into 2 double crochet front posts together over the double crochet front posts together from the previous round, and then straight into your fan, your 5 double crochet fan, and then straight into your 2 double crochet front posts together, and then straight into your fan, your 5 double crochet fan, and so on. And so you just carry on like that. I'll come a little bit closer. I know it's a bit light, but you can sort of see the effect. And you're just going to carry on. You're going to carry on like that all the way. Okay, and you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 of these sort of archways, little archways, right? And then you're going to finish your last 2 double crochet front posts together over the previous double crochet front post together, and you're going to chain 3. Okay, so you're going to just chain 3, and then you're going to do a double crochet V-stitch with 3 chains in between. So double crochet, 3 chains, double crochet, 3 chains, and back to your double crochet front post together over the previous double crochet front post together, and then your 5 double crochet fan, and you just carry on like that. Okay, and you're working into the space between the puffs, okay, and you're working over those double crochet front posts together from the previous round. Okay, so you're not working into this, you're working behind it like that. Okay, so that's round number 5. So I'll do a couple of these with you, kind of show you. Right, so I'm going to work 1, 2, oh no, I've gone into that. There we go. 1, no, it's grabbing up a piece there. That just will not do. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then yarn over and directly 2 double crochet front posts together like that. Okay, and then you don't do a closing chain, you just go straight. You may be wondering why you don't do the closing chain, and it's all to do with keeping the tension of your growing square, so that it doesn't start becoming all wobbly and flooby wobbly and floopy around the sides. So and for I think there are crocheters who are very experienced and they kind of know, they can tell you in stitches how things work. But for me, it's very intuitive. I just get a feel to do something in a certain place, and 9 times out of 10, it works out. And sometimes it doesn't. But I have no qualms about frogging rows and rows if my instincts have been wrong, or my intuition has been wrong. And then I, just change it or carry on with something different. Okay, so you just, and it's nice, once you've, got into the rhythm of this round, it's quite relaxing. You can go sit outside and, enjoy listening to the birds as I've been doing, and you don't have to think too much about it. Okay, so you're just going to carry on like that until you get to the end of round number 5, and then I shall see you at the end of round number 5 and before we go into round number 6. And we're approaching the end of round number 5, and sorry about that. That's for the photographs that I take for the pattern, so you can see the stitches a little better. Okay, so I've done my 2 double crochet front posts together and doing our 5 double crochet fan. That's 3, 4, 5, double crochet, 2 double crochet, front posts together. Oh, I'm a bit croaky again. Okay. Then you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and going to pop a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, V-stitch into that chain 2 space, chain 3, and you're just going to, oh no, look at me, I missed those. Yeah, I can hear all of you saying, Jen, you missed those 2 double crochet front posts. So I actually find it quite difficult to crochet and talk at the same time. That's how I often go and why I don't call these videos tutorials, because I'm actually very bad at teaching people how to crochet, because I learned very instinctively how to crochet. I was actually trying to explain to somebody a while ago how to do a magic loop, and I was all fingers and thumbs. I could do it, obviously, but it was so, I got so tongue-tied trying to explain it to somebody. It was really crazy, and I realized then that I'm not a very good crochet teacher. I can, you'll have to watch kind of carefully what I say, or what I do, because my brain seems to work kind of in a very feely type way. I sort of feel my way around things, and then because I'm writing patterns now so that I can share my designs with y'all, yes, I suppose it's like people who, there are some people who can play guitar and they can play drums and they can sing at the same time, but there are other people who absolutely can't. They cannot play a musical instrument and also sing, and I'm a bit like that. I really, really struggle to speak and crochet at the same time, and that's why I often get you can hear I get very flustered. Okay, so we have managed to get through round number 5. And you can see it looks quite different. I've chosen a very different colour, but the board is going to be quite big, and then we're going to jump back to these colours again, so it's going to be quite colourful. But of course you can choose your own colours, this is just me, and I'm not an amazing colourist by any means. When I see the colorways that other people do, I am just totally blown away. Anyhow, so that is the end of round number 5, and I shall see you. I did do a stitch count, you know, in the pattern, so, you know, just check your stitches against the pattern stitches, but I mean, we can do it very quickly. I did it on the other round. So you'll have 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you'll have 17 of the fans, the 5 double crochet fans, and then you'll have 18 of the 2 double crochet front posts together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And then of course your three chains and your nice big fat V-stitch with your 3 chains in between, 3 chains, and back again, like so. Okay, so, you know, you just take all of that and multiply it, and, you know, you'll get, as long as you have that each side, you'll be fine. Okay, so see you at round number 6. Okay, so number 6, my camera ran out of battery, so I just carried on, you know, regardless. But I'm just going to pull this last little bit off for you. So round number 6 is basically, it's a repetition of round number 4. So, and you know, I use the same colors, so the buttermilk. And what we're going to do here, so now I've done, so it's exactly the same, it's going to be exactly the same as round number 4, okay, except you're not going to be working those 3 double crochets together like that, okay. You're going to be skipping your corners, and you're going to do chain 3, and you're going to do again a nice fat V stitch, so it's a double crochet and a chain 3 and another double crochet and 1, 2, chain 3. Okay, so you can start wherever you feel comfortable. I actually started with some puffs. So I'll swing this around and show you. Okay, so as in round number 4, we did that closing chain, okay, before we launched into the puff. Yarn over times 3, chain 1, yarn over times 3, chain 1, and you're working these puffs the same way that you did in round number 4, where you're skipping 2 double crochets, and then, so, you know, you're working them so that they're central, so there's 2 double crochets there, 2 double crochets, and you're working each side of double crochet number 3. Okay, then you chain. So I'll just do that again so you can see. So you chain 1 to close and an extra chain 1, yarn over and work a double crochet front post together, so 2 over the previous ones, you know, and then chain 1 to close. Okay, yarn over and into that same space. So I've noticed in some of the videos that I seem to be going off camera, but it looks to me, because I actually stand when I do these videos so that I can keep a check of where I am in the frame, and it seems to me that my camera sort of cuts things off, so I'm sort of going right over now. So you did that extra chain 1 after your puff, and you're doing 2 double crochets front post together, chain 1 to close. Okay, and yarn over and we'll puff yarn over times 3, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, chain 1 again, yarn over, and 2 double crochet front post together over the previous double crochet front post. Okay, you're just going to carry on like that, and I shall see you at the end of this row. Okay, so we are on the last bit of round number 6, and I've done my 2 double crochets over the two double crochet front posts together over the 2 double crochet front posts together from the last round, and then I'm going to be working the puff. Okay, so either side of that double crochet like that. I'm going to chain another one and double crochet front post together, 1, 2, 3, going to chain 3, and then we're going to just flip that over and work into the double crochet from the double crochet V stitch from the last round. We're working into that chain 3 space. Okay, same, so double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, chain 3, and as I told you, I actually started with a puff. I started with a puff because I like finishing in the top of a puff. Such a nice, neat little finish. I suppose we all have our ways of starting and finishing things. Okay, so the 2 double crochet front posts together and chain 1 to close, and I'm going to do a slip stitch into the top in that little hole, the top like that of the puff. Just pull that tight and pull the yarn. I always do that, you know, just to make sure it's nice and not going to come undone at any point. The whole thing about nothing worse than spending so much time on a crochet project and then your tails and things like that are not in securely. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom down a little bit. I know it's a bit noisy. Okay, so that's what your corners are going to look like. They're going to look like that. Okay, let me turn this way so you're not looking at it. Okay. Alright. So you're going to have that going on there. And that is the end of round number 6. And basically your stitch count is exactly the same for the sides, because you're really just mimicking the rows. Okay, so it's almost as if you've created a bit of a cable going down there, because obviously that is part of the theme of this square is texture. So okay, so end of round number 6, and I shall see you at the beginning of round number 7. Thanks for watching.